Hello there, it's Haley with the Armageddon Report. This is Cyclocane.com, and we keep getting closer and closer to seeing Tropical Storm Debby in the Atlantic, up to 90% at the moment. I'm not going to put money on it, but I do believe that the National Hurricane Center in the next few hours is going to declare Tropical Storm Debby alive and kicking. So tomorrow I will be back and saying, yeah, it didn't pan out, I don't know what happened, fell apart. But anyway, this is the tropical weather outlook text, and you can also get there from here. You can read stuff right there with the buoy observations. But they're saying if the plane is able, and it must be the Hurricane Hunter or whatever they call it, the reconnaissance mission plane thing. If the plane is able to identify a well-defined surface wind circulation, then advisories will be initiated later this afternoon. And down here it says tropical storm watches or warnings could be required for a portion of the northern Gulf Coast later today. So if we look at the quantitative precipitation forecast chart map thingy, QPF, it's a really fun set of syllables to say. Lots and lots of rain expected over the next 5 days right here. Now, the fun bit, and I put fun in quotes because it's not fun at all, is if you look at the spaghetti plot, there's basically no clue as to where it's going. So it starts out here, and if it does form, you know, it might end up in Arkansas apparently, could book through Florida and go back out to the Atlantic, could hit Mexico, Texas, who knows? So basically the models don't know at the moment. So yes, that is if that does form, and I think it will, and I think it will get tropical storm strength status or whatnot. That would be Tropical Storm Debby. So today, in severe thunderstorm weather, we have 2 different slight risk areas today. New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, Massachusetts, I don't know what else we got, Rhode Island, maybe Connecticut, and then Montana, with the slight risk. So if we move on over to here, here's the wind map where you can see there's even some other 5% areas going on. And then here's the hail map where, let's see, yes, it adds this, it stretches this out so that almost all of Iowa is encompassed in a 5%, and then Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan, North Dakota, South Dakota get some hail risk as well as these areas that were already on there. Tornado probabilities, apparently, basically Montana, and then we also have Idaho and a smidge of Washington State in the tornado probability area. So if you're not familiar with what these wonderful numbers and colors mean, that would mean you could pick, like, for instance, a random point here in Montana. And that means that there's a 5% chance that that random point or someone within a 25-mile radius of them could see a tornado today. So both, it depends on how you look at it. You know, if you're in the middle of tornado country, you probably look at a 5% as, oh, hey, that's just Tuesday. You know, that's just a normal thing. However, if you're like, I don't know, in actual, like, Washington State proper, you probably don't see that very often. But of course, it's only a smidge, and they only have the 2%. Anyway, so that's what that means. Tomorrow, what does any of it mean? We're up to a slight risk. So, Michigan, let's see, New York, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, all in the slight risk area tomorrow. Montana again with a tiny smidge of 5%, and then the 5% encompassing quite a few states around the 15% area. Day after tomorrow, that's confusing because it doesn't have any categorical lines on the map. However, if we look at the probability map, Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska. What? Oh man, what's going on in that? And then the North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, states like that, stuff going on. I don't know. Days 4 through 8, still at predictability too low. So that means if you were to read down here, you might find out what that means. Right. Which is there's either like a disagreement in timing and or location between the models, the model runs, whatever, the medium range stuff. So there is severe weather on the horizon for days 4 through 8, but the timing and location is not yet certain enough. Yeah, that's what's going on. Yeah, I never know where to put this tab, but severeweathertv.com is where you can see the lovely screencast and view the old ones or something. I never can segue properly into this tab, right, that's what we're looking at. But anyway, if you're in one of these wonderful areas today, Montana and apparently Idaho, I did not say that earlier, but Idaho is apparently in the slight risk today. But anyway, all of you up here in the northeastern states, you should absolutely pay attention. WikiWix is wickedwx.com. There's also weather.gov and the Storm Prediction Center. And of course, if you might be affected by future tropical storm Debby, imminent, she is showing up imminently. That's probably not a word. Whatever. Anyway, cyclocane is C-Y-C-L-O-C-A-N-E. Still haven't quite figured out how to spell that one. Or you can go on over to the National Hurricane Center where they have much more data at the moment. I, of course, am hoping to, make these maps much more better. Much more better. That's right. That is proper grammar. Anyway, that's it for today. Hope you are enjoying your weekend. Hope you don't get rained on or burned out by all the heat advisories. Right.